Our telephone has become such an integral part of our lives, but many of us still spend far too much money on our home phone service. Now, the two places we tend to massively overspend are mobility and long distance. Well, today I want to do you a favor. See if we can reduce the money that we're spending on our phone calls and get more value, convenience, and control for the money that we do pay for our phone service. Now, when it comes to saving money on phone service, there's been one consistent factor: VoIP, which stands for Voice over IP. VoIP uses your internet connection instead of the old phone network to make your phone calls. With VoIP, you can still use your regular touch-tone phone, and you can usually even keep the same phone number that you've always had. Now, I'm a firm believer that most of the extra money that we spend on phone service is out of ignorance. We simply don't take the time to look at the options and services that are available to us. We tend to take the path of least resistance, and we end up paying more as a result. Vonage is the poster child for this concept. There are so many fantastic features included in the basic price of Vonage service that if you're spending more than $40 a month on your phone, you're probably spending too much. The entire phone industry has been turned on its ear by voice over IP because with a service like Vonage, you get all the benefits of your old landline and some very creative new benefits. Now, you can't always teach your old phone service new tricks. However, Vonage is new, and it's got more than a few tricks up its sleeve. Now, the trick I'm going to show you today is one that's called V-Access. Now, V-Access is a sort of a toll-free service that's available to anyone who wants to call a Vonage customer from anywhere in the world. It represents outstanding value. Now, using V-Access, a person calls a toll-free number, then they're connected to the Vonage network where they can then connect to you for free without long-distance charges on their end. Now, here's how it works. Depending on what country you're in, you choose and find a toll-free number for that country. So if you're in France, there's the local access numbers for France. The person, first of all, dials that number, where then they're connected to the Vonage network, and they dial your Vonage number. Then they're connected straight through. They never pay long-distance charges. It's a local call for them. So let's think about this for a second. Say you got family, not in France, but in Italy. You can already call them on your Vonage plan for free because Vonage has a plan that gives you unlimited long-distance calling anywhere in the Canada, the US, and 7 European countries, of which Italy is one. So you're already saving a ton of money, which is great. But if your Italian relatives have to pay long distance whenever they call you, they might be a little reluctant to phone you very often. After all, families can sometimes be a little frugal, or in the Italian, parsimonioso. But with V-Access, they simply call a local number, then dial your number, and for them, that call to you is free. Bellissimo! It's important for you to understand that anyone can use V-Access to call Vonage customers. Even more importantly, the person making the call doesn't have to be on Vonage. In fact, if they are a Vonage customer, they don't have to worry about V-Access because Vonage to Vonage calls, they're always free. If you take a look in their website, you'll find all the different access numbers for the different countries and different regions. So if you're in Canada and you've got kids going to school in New Brunswick, there are the local access numbers that are available. Now, this fits in people's lives very well. Kids in school call home for free. Road warriors can check in whenever they want. And the best part of this is, all of these calls can be made from phones that have long distance blocked. So say you're in a hotel room. Well, you're not going to be charged those outrageous long distance outbound call rates, but rather you're going to be charged the outrageous but somewhat less outrageous local call rates for your long distance call. V-Access is also a great feature for small business. It's a far less expensive toll-free option than paying for a 1-800 number. V-Access is just one of the tools that Vonage brings to the table, but you really need to get engaged in the process, look at the whole picture to take advantage. If you want, visit Vonage's homepage and take a look at all of the other services that they include with their service. If we click here, we can see voicemail, caller ID with name, call waiting, call forwarding, all of these different services. And it's worth paying a little attention to these features that Vonage offers because all of these services are free. They're included in your plan. You're often going to pay extra for many of these options with your local telephone company. If you take a little bit of time and explore the world of Vonage, I think you'll discover a new land of opportunity, both in terms of services offered and in cost savings. That is a powerful incentive to learn a few new telephone tricks.